Jerusalem Talmud, Tractate Challah, Chapter 4, Mishnah 4. Mishnah. Jews were sharecroppers for Gentiles in Syria. Rabbi Eliezer obligates their produce for tithes and the sabbatical, but Rabban Gamliel exempts them. Rabban Gamliel says there are two chalot in Syria, but Rabbi Eliezer says one challah. They took the leniency of Rabban Gamliel and the leniency of Rabbi Eliezer, but then returned to follow Rabban Gamliel in both cases. Rabban Gamliel says there are three domains for challah: the land of Israel up to Achziv, one challah; from Achziv to the Euphrates or Amanus, two chalot; one for the fire and one for the Kohen. The one for the fire has a measure. The one for the Kohen has no measure. From Euphrates or Amanus inside, two chalot, one for the fire and one for the Kohen. The one for the fire has no measure. The one for the Kohen has a measure, but a Tevul Yom may eat it. Rabbi Yossi says one does not need immersion, but it is forbidden to people suffering from genital flux and women during menstruation or after childbirth. It may be eaten at one table with a layman and may be given to any Kohen. The following may be given to any Kohen: harem dedications, firstlings, the redemption money for a firstborn son, the redemption value of a firstling donkey, foreleg, jog bone, and first stomach, the first sharing, oil to burn, temple sacrifices, and first fruits. Rabbi Yehuda forbids first fruits. Truma, vetch, Rabbi Akiva permits, but the sages forbid. Halacha. Rabbi Abahu, in the name of Rabbi Yochanan. Rabbi Eliezer obligated only hereditary tenants. For example, from Hillel to the house of Rebbe. Rabbi Chalafta ben Shaul stated, Rabbi Eliezer fined him. Where do they differ? For a temporary sharecropper. For him who says a fine, he is obligated. For him who says hereditary tenants, he is exempt. He who buys from a baker in Syria has to separate challah as demai. The words of Rabban Gamliel. But the sages say he does not have to separate challah as demai. Rabbi Hanania said before Rabbi Mana, Rabban Gamliel said it right. What is the reason of the sages? He said to him, just as Israel are not suspected in matters of truma in the land, so they are not suspected in matters of challah in Syria. Rabbi Abun Bar Chia asked, since you said that there are two chalot in Syria, should there not be two heaves in Syria, two trumas in Syria? Rabbi Chagai said, there comes nothing after challah, but after truma there comes something. If you would say so, it would turn out that the truma he separates were tevel for tithes. Rabban Gamliel, the son of Rebbe, wanted to institute demai in Syria, but Rabbi Yehoshua did not let him do that. He said to him, then Kohanim would have to worry about their challah. The argument of Rabbi Yehoshua seems inverted. There he says, the fear of sacred things is on him, and he will not give to the Kohen anything that is not in order. And here he says so. Rabbi Abun Bar Chia said, I am saying that he gave him that of the fire. Rabbi Mana said to him, Rabbi Yehoshua only stated then Kohanim would have to worry about their challah. He who buys from a baker and from a woman who bakes to sell on the market has to separate challah of demai from a private person, and if he is a guest, he does not have to separate challah of demai. Rabbi Jonah, in the name of Rabbi Hananiah, the colleague of the rabbis, if he is a guest, for his dough. Rabbi Jonah said, only if they saw him kneading at another's place. It is a standing assumption that from a private person in Syria, one does not have to separate challah of demai. But if he knows that most of what is in his storage is his own produce, he has to separate challah of demai. Rabbi Abun Bar Chia asked, does this not disagree with Rabbi Yehoshua? Rabbi Manas said, here the land, there outside the land. Rabbi Huna said, so is the Mishnah between Achziv and the Euphrates, between Achziv and Amanus. It was stated, what is the land and what is outside the land? From the slopes of Taurus Amanus inwards is the land of Israel, and from Taurus Amanus to the outside is outside the land. About the islands in the sea, one looks at them as if a string were drawn from Taurus Amanus to the brook of Egypt. From the string to the inside is the land of Israel. From the string to the outside is the outside the land. Is outside the land. Rabbi Yehuda said, all that lies before the land of Israel is like the land of Israel, since it is said in Numbers 34:6, the western border shall be for you the great sea as border. That shall be for you the sea border. Assuming that a string were drawn from Cephalaria to the ocean, from the brook of Egypt to the ocean, inside the string is the land of Israel, outside is the outside of the land. Rabbi Justus Bar Shunem, Rabbi Yusta Bar Shunem, said, when the people of the diaspora arrive at Taurus Amanus, they will sing, what is the reason? In Solomon, Song of Solomon, can't it? I think so. Sing from the top of Amana to Shuri Mirosh Amana. Some Tanaim state that Jordan is part of the land of Israel. Some state that Jordan is outside the land. Some state that Jordan is a boundary by itself. He who says the Jordan is part of the land of Israel, Deuteronomy 3:17, the prairie, the Jordan, and the border. He who says Jordan is outside the land, Joshua 18:20, the Jordan shall form its border eastward. He who says the Jordan is a boundary by itself, if it is in one place. If the Jordan took from one place and gave to another, what it took, and what it gave. What are we dealing with? If it was from the land of Israel and became Syria, it is already under presumptive obligation of tithes and sabbatical. Rabbi Jeremiah, Rabbi Imi, in the name of Rabbi Yochanan, Rabbi Shimon, in the name of Rabbi Joshua ben Levi, for claims of possession, removals, and animal tithe. Rabbi Hila, in the name of Rabbi Shimon ben Lakish, only if it removed earth. For the one for the fire has its measure. The one for the fire has its measure. I think we'll do part A and part B. This is chapter 4, Mishnah 4, part A. With the halachas, it's part A. For time, we'll have to stop it here.